The Electric Avenue, a revolution on wheels. Listen up, petrolheads. The automotive landscape is changing. The old guard of gas-guzzling behemoths is facing a formidable opponent, the electric vehicle, or EV. No longer a futuristic fantasy, EVs are here, and they're here to stay. This isn't some hippie pipe dream. This is the future of transportation, folks. Remember the skepticism surrounding the first mobile phones? Who needs to make calls on the go, they said. Now, look around. Everyone's glued to a screen. EVs are on a similar trajectory. They're sleek, silent, and surprisingly powerful. The transition might seem daunting, but trust me, it's simpler than you think. With plummeting prices, expanding charging infrastructure, and impressive technological advancements, there's never been a better time to make the switch. So, buckle up, petrolheads, as we delve into the electrifying world of EVs. The rise of the electric machines. Remember when electric cars were considered a niche oddity? Well, those days are long gone. The electric vehicle market is experiencing a surge in popularity that's nothing short of remarkable. Over the past decade, global EV sales have skyrocketed, and the trend shows no signs of slowing down. In 2010, around 50,000 electric cars were sold worldwide. Fast forward to today, and that number has soared to over 10 million. That's not just a trend, that's a full-blown automotive revolution. Major manufacturers, from Tesla to Volkswagen, are pouring billions into developing and producing EVs. This isn't just a fad driven by tech enthusiasts. Governments around the world are pushing for cleaner transport solutions, and EVs are leading the charge, pun intended. With stricter emissions regulations and incentives for EV adoption, the shift towards electric mobility is gaining momentum. Greener pastures, EVs, and the environment. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or rather the smog-filled room. Traditional combustion engine vehicles are a major contributor to air pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. EVs, on the other hand, offer a breath of fresh air, literally. Electric cars produce zero tailpipe emissions. That means no noxious fumes polluting our cities, no harmful particulate matter clogging our lungs. But the environmental benefits extend beyond cleaner air. EVs also have a significantly lower carbon footprint over their entire life cycle compared to gasoline-powered cars. A study by the Union of Concerned Scientists found that, on average, an EV produces about half the emissions of a comparable gasoline car over its lifespan. And as renewable energy sources continue to grow, the environmental impact of EVs will shrink even further. Counting pennies, saving the planet, the economics of EVs. All right, let's address the elephant in the wallet, the cost. Yes, EVs typically come with a higher upfront price tag compared to their gas-guzzling counterparts. But hold your horses before you dismiss them as an extravagance for the wealthy. When you factor in the long-term savings, EVs start to look like a shrewd financial decision. For starters, you can kiss those trips to the petrol station goodbye. Electricity is significantly cheaper than petrol, meaning you'll save a bundle on fuel costs over the lifetime of your vehicle. And because EVs have fewer moving parts, they require less maintenance. Say goodbye to costly oil changes, spark plug replacements, and exhaust system repairs. Furthermore, many governments offer generous incentives and rebates to make EVs more affordable. In the United States, for example, you can qualify for a federal tax credit of up to $7,500 for purchasing a new EV. Add in state and local incentives, and you could be looking at significant savings. These incentives can vary widely depending on where you live, but they can make a substantial difference in the overall cost of owning an EV. So while the initial investment might seem steep, the combination of fuel savings, lower maintenance costs, and government incentives can make EVs a financially sound choice in the long run. Plus, you get the added benefit of contributing to a cleaner, greener planet. Section 5. Government incentives, your green ride subsidy. Governments around the world are eager to get more electric vehicles on the road, and they're putting their money where their mouth is. They are investing heavily in various incentive programs to encourage the adoption of electric vehicles. From tax credits to rebates to toll exemptions, there's a whole smorgasbord of incentives designed to sweeten the deal for potential EV buyers. These incentives can significantly reduce the overall cost of owning an electric vehicle, making them more accessible to a broader audience. Let's dive into some specific examples to see how these incentives work in different parts of the world. In the United States, as mentioned earlier, the federal government offers a tax credit of up to $7,500 for the purchase of a new all-electric or plug-in hybrid vehicle. This credit can make a significant difference in the initial purchase price. The amount of the credit varies depending on the vehicle's battery capacity. Vehicles with larger batteries generally qualify for a higher credit, incentivizing the purchase of more efficient models. On top of that, many states offer their own incentives, such as rebates, tax breaks, and access to carpool lanes. These state-level incentives can be combined with federal incentives to maximize savings. In Europe, countries like Norway, Germany, and France have implemented generous incentive programs, including purchase subsidies, tax exemptions, and reduced registration fees. These programs have been highly effective in increasing the adoption of electric vehicles across the continent. China, the world's largest EV market, offers a range of incentives, including purchase subsidies, tax exemptions, and free license plates in some cities. These incentives have played a crucial role in making electric vehicles more popular and affordable in China. Section 6, Evolution of the Electric Advancements in EV Technology. Now let's talk tech. The early days of EVs were plagued by range anxiety and limited performance. But fear not, petrol heads, those days are long gone. Advancements in battery technology, electric motors, and charging infrastructure have propelled EVs into a new era of performance, range, and convenience. Battery range, the Achilles heel of early EVs, has improved dramatically. Today, it's not uncommon to find EVs with a range of over 300 miles on a single charge. And with the development of faster charging technologies, you can juice up your EV in a fraction of the time it takes to fill a tank of petrol. But it's not just about range and charging. EVs are also becoming smarter and more connected. Many models now come equipped with advanced driver assistance systems, such as lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise control, and even semi-autonomous driving capabilities. And with over-the-air software updates, your EV can continuously improve and evolve over time. Section 7. Plugged in and ready to go. EV charging infrastructure. One of the biggest concerns people have about EVs is range anxiety, the fear of running out of juice before reaching their destination. It's a valid concern, but one that's rapidly becoming a thing of the past. The charging infrastructure for EVs is expanding at an electrifying pace, making it easier than ever to keep your EV juiced up and ready to roll. Public charging stations are popping up everywhere, from shopping malls and office buildings to highway rest stops and even grocery stores. These charging stations come in various levels, from level 2 chargers that can provide a decent charge in a few hours, to DC fast chargers that can replenish your battery to 80% in under an hour. But you don't have to rely solely on public charging. Home charging is becoming increasingly common, allowing you to plug in your EV overnight and wake up to a full charge every morning. Many EV manufacturers offer home charging solutions, and there are also numerous third-party providers that can install a charging station in your garage. With the growing network of charging stations and the convenience of home charging, owning an EV is more practical and enjoyable than ever before. Imagine taking a road trip with your family, knowing you can easily find a charging station along the way. Additionally, many charging stations are now powered by renewable energy sources like solar and wind, making your EV even more eco-friendly. The future of driving is not just electric, but also sustainable. As the infrastructure continues to grow and evolve, the transition to electric vehicles is becoming smoother and more accessible for everyone. The journey towards a greener future is well underway. Section 8. EV owners speak. Real stories, real savings, real impact. Don't just take my word for it. Let's hear from real-life EV owners who have made the switch and haven't looked back. Sarah, a teacher from California, raves about the convenience and cost savings of her EV. I used to dread filling up my gas guzzler every week. Now I just plug in my car at home and it's ready to go in the morning. Plus, I'm saving a ton of money on fuel. John, an engineer from Germany, highlights the environmental benefits. Switching to an EV was a no-brainer for me. I wanted to reduce my carbon footprint, and driving an electric car is a tangible way to do that. Plus, it's incredibly quiet and fun to drive. These stories are not isolated incidents. A recent survey by Consumer Reports found that EV owners are overwhelmingly satisfied with their vehicles, citing fuel savings, environmental benefits, and the overall driving experience as major advantages. Section 9. The electric verdict. Your time to switch is now. There you have it, folks. The electric revolution is upon us, and there's never been a better time to join the charge. From the environmental benefits to the cost savings to the sheer joy of driving an electric car, the advantages are undeniable. We've explored the impressive growth of the EV market, the significant advancements in battery technology and charging infrastructure, and the generous government incentives available to make EVs more affordable. We've also heard from real-life EV owners who are reaping the benefits of this exciting new era of transportation. So, what are you waiting for? Embrace the future of mobility and make the switch to an electric vehicle today. Your wallet, your health, and the planet will thank you.